Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Stewart, thank you for your testimony this morning. I appreciate you appearing before our committee and sharing your experience about the challenges facing our states and our constituents as a result of that cumbersome red tape and the needless delays that we see under Section 401, that process, and it's due to reasons unrelated to water quality concerns. Nebraska is the only triple landlocked state in the nation, and with an ag economy of $21.5 billion annually and a population of 1.9 million people, you can see how important it is for my state to export our high-quality agriculture products around the globe. To do so, Nebraska producers depend on ports, and we depend on those ports that are located along, of course, our nation's coastlines. However, when states with anti-growth agendas can unilaterally determine what commodities get to be exported as the result of a project delays that are unrelated to water quality issues, that raises concerns. And today it's coal, tomorrow it could be corn or soybeans. So, Mr. Stewart, what are the potential economic implications states, communities, and families could face as a result of important export terminal project delays?
Thank you, Senator Fisher. First of all, when you bring it out like that, you know, I was still trying to kind of. I thought he was going to give me a chance to answer him, but you know, I want to answer you as well. But first of all, I'd be very alarmed. You know, I'd be very alarmed at, you know, first of all, they're coming after coal. Yes, tomorrow it might be fish. Tomorrow it might be a different kind of fish. Tomorrow it might be GMOs. It might be non-electric cars. It might be, you know, whatever may be the case. Whatever the flavor is the month, someone's going to try to go after that. Now, when you're talking about states' rights, I have no problem. I'm not trying to interfere with states' rights. I'm not trying to interfere with those areas, but you got to recognize that under the states' rights, under the United States Constitution, there is something called the Indian Commerce Clause. There is something called equal trade, free trade. There's all these terms we throw around freely when it works in our benefit. But then again, just like the chairman said, we can't pick winners and losers. We shouldn't pick winners and losers. We should allow people and groups and work with each other to try to establish this economy. In the U.S. Constitution and as a citizen of the United States, but yet as first and foremost a citizen of the Crow Nation, we have a phrase in the United States Constitution. It says, you know, pursuit of happiness. In Indian country, that's called self-determination. And that's a federal act. And when we're being stymied or impeded our ability to move our product through the ports or even just to the domestic markets, because as a nation within a nation, the Crow Nation has always been exporting. Now they're going to try to tell us that we can't send our product out of our nation, or can't provide. And I'm going to bring it up again. If you're going to close the door, what doors are they leaving open? And when we look at, and I'm not trying to blame nobody, I'm not trying to point fingers, but this is America. And as a first American, I'd be very alarmed right now, we have 70% unemployment. Do they care? I mean, yeah, we care about endangered species, but there's only 14,000 crows left. I believe we're endangered as well. When you're talking about 3% of the population in the United States and 60% of this nation's good resources lie in Indian country, and only 88% of that resources has been tapped, and only 12% Native America has been able to tap their resources, there's something wrong with that picture. There's impediments standing in our way. There's 49 steps that stand in our way, And then there's 4 agencies, primary agencies, and when we're talking about coal, there's a 5th with OSM. And so when we're talking about these impediments and the 49 steps that we as Native Americans have to go through as first Americans should be the first ones out of the gate. We have the most resources, but we're the last one at the dinner table. With that much kind of resources, we should be sitting at the table. We should have a place at the table. We should have our name at the table. We shouldn't be giving the right to these states to break the law, to impede other nations from trying to feed their people. I mean, that's wrong. Not only is it breaking the law, but it's morally wrong. We need the ability to establish our jobs, to have jobs. 70%. To the good senator, I appreciate your question.